even when presented with nothing. But that's how it is. It's not like that seeking energy can suddenly accept, oh, there's nothing to get. There's no accepting either. There's no way to get to this. It's so stunningly, phenomenally fine and nothing at all, that all the while that it's believed that it's something, then it's believed that it's something. So this meeting or gathering is what is what's appearing to happen. And that's the mystery, that there's this happening. So that's not something that needs to be stepped out of or stepped into or learned, or some piece of knowledge about it, or something learned, or some higher information acquired about that. This meeting, or this happening, which is called a meeting, is the mystery, is what is. And it seems like these sorts of gatherings are a kind of an illumination, or a putting the spotlight on how everything is just happening, how this unfolding is just happening, how life is just happening. And it can seem like that a decision was made to come here, to turn on a computer and attend a meeting about a subject called non-duality, and that there was a choice in that. And it can seem like that is the case with everything, that this is my life. I'm directing my way through it. I'm making some good decisions, some bad ones, and that I'm in total control of everything. And that is how it can seem. That's how life seems. And it seems like these sorts of gatherings just give a radically different view or perspective or suggestion that you're not doing anything, that you don't have a life, that it's just happening. It's just what is. It's just what's appearing to happen. And so a decision appears to have been made. The mouse appears to have been clicked, and sitting in front of a screen is what appears to happen. And that's the suggestion, that everything is like that, and that this mystery is not just that this meeting is a mysterious, it's a kind of a pointing to, or a suggestion that everything is that everything is just appearing to happen, and that there's no one doing anything. Yeah, it is a radical suggestion as well, in the normal scheme of life, to say that this is just unfolding, that voice is just talking, breathing is just happening, and thoughts just happening, feelings, sensations in the body, and whatever is just happening. However that is, it's just happening. And in a way, I suppose that really is the suggestion at the core, that life is just happening, and that there isn't you and life, and that isn't something to be achieved or got to. It's already the case, but perhaps there are loads of held images of what life could be, of what could be attained, about ideas of what I can have, what to make my life better, and what I can get. Yeah. And So also these sorts of gatherings, it's a sort of a delving into this mystery, and where really anything can be asked or anything can be said, and yeah, it's not like there's, you know, an intelligent question to unlock this. So, you know, if there isn't a right or wrong way to talk. There isn't a way to get any closer or further away from just sitting and wondering and hearing and breathing. So yeah, if there are questions that are there to be asked, then just jump on in and go for it. I mean, this mystery is as everything, so it appears as everything. So let's see what happens. Yeah, and if you haven't come to these ones before and you're not comfortable asking the question, put it in the chat and I'll get to it when I get to it. Otherwise, just click on mute and go for it.
Hi, Frank.
Hiya.
Hi, I wanted to ask what your thoughts are on the energetic contraction kind of being associated with sense of self. I don't think you speak about that too much. And maybe, I hope it's not rude to ask about like language you don't use, but I hear some speakers talk about that freedom is when that energetic contraction that's not really there, but is there, dissipates or something. I don't know.
Yeah, it's interesting. I don't seem to talk about it, but that's just how it is. It's because it's like it feels like it's another thing to wait around for to happen for me. And when it's definitely, you know, it's like waiting around for an energetic happening. And really, but this is all energy. This is all utterly energetic. So it's nothing really to do with well, it's zero to do with any kind of words or anything at all. Like this sort of communication just grabs hold, and if it's you're unlucky or lucky or whatever way you want to look about it, that it seems to grab hold, then it seems like there can't be enough gotten of it for whatever reason. And you could say that's the but it is the sense of being held in that gripped sort of can feel like a gripped a gripped sense of being me, and if that's what's felt and described. But it seems to me like it's just sometimes it seems like it's a waiting around for something to happen, this energetic shift right back into everything. And this is that energetic shift now. This sitting here, hearing the voice is the energy as that. So nothing happens. Nothing happens. So then the idea of, because it is kind of romantic and glamorous to talk about an energetic shift back into everything. but it's kind of an attractive thing. But this is energy. Everything this is energy appearing as asking a question, appearing as a response, appearing as feeling like I am here, I am me, and I need to get this. And I haven't quite got it yet. And maybe an energetic shift will happen, and all will be well, sort of thing. And it's all more ideas than there's nothing in there, but you could say there's a sort of relaxation, but it's, the relaxation can also appear as tension. So it's not like there's a sudden arrival to a state of being where, there's suddenly just this wondrous bliss of liberation. In fact, all those ideas of liberation and energetic sense of self and all of those just seem to collapse away, and what's left is just, well, what always was, just this total ordinary, extraordinary isness, this, like. But it might feel like something needs to happen for this to be a better this. And that can be how it is. And that also is just what's happening, that there's no one in there doing that. You see, it's impossible, when it's heard or that nothing happens, when really nothing isn't a thing either. There just would have to be someone in there for something to happen for them. And you'd be back in another story. And it's always that it's not quite just this. But it's just this. It's just whatever is.
Thank you.
Okay. Thank you. There's no proof. There's no arriving point. There's no suddenly I've got it. There's no authority. No nothing at all. It's just the end of all of that. And in fact, really, that's why it's so sort of childlike, because all those ideas of upper and higher and authority and some proof, some evidence, some happening, or all those, they all just kind of fall asunder. Hi, Bernard. No, I'm not hearing you. It says your microphone is on, but it doesn't look like you're coming through.
Great.
Hiya.
Hi. Is there any seeking going on there?
Is there any
more seeking going on?
Seeking.
Seeking, yeah.
No. seeking for some what, like some seeking for food,
Coffee.
more coffee, some
Coffee.
you know, some spiritual realization, some final destination. It's you see, the mystery is really is that there isn't anyone doing anything really. That is, and seeking then seems to come to a stop with that, and I can't really explain that. It's seeking just doesn't seem to be happening. But it's not like suddenly, it's not like a choice or a, oh, you know, I won't be doing any more seeking. It just seems like seeking it just doesn't happen.
Yeah, like it kind of has to run. Just keep running until it's done or not.
It seems like that. It seems to just play out like, oh, it seems to just like a wheel spinning and spinning and spinning, or a kind of like you know, if you had a ball on a thread and it just moved from left to right, swinging, swinging, swinging. From time to time, it might stop and then swing and 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 swing. But it's just that there's nobody holding on to that little idea, and there's no, you know, nobody doing anything. So nobody's ever seeking. So then obviously then no one can find. But that's not an idea of someone, or it's totally non-conceptual, that, you know. So but it just does play out like that. It kind of like, it's like as if you could say the grip, the tightness of a self or being a self can get so wound up tight that there's nowhere to go but go the other way. And then you could say that in total relaxation, and it's a kind of a constant, and that's why this is sort of rejected and sought after at the same time. And then when it's constantly returned to, what do you mean? It's just this. It's ordinary sitting on a chair. That can't be a thing to suddenly be had. Like, you can't have what is. So then it seems like that seeking just goes on. And in a way, it's wanting to be fed. That's really what the seeking energy is looking for, to be fed. Give me, feed me. And except it's just at a certain point then that all that feeding, the seeking, so that for some, it seems to be that all that seeking is just makes them sort of, it's just, they don't want any more of it. Somehow, that's how it is. But then that's also just happening. So it just plays out, plays out, plays out. And if there was like it, and that's why you can, or the best you can say is, well, that's how it is then. If it's felt that still haven't quite got this, well, okay, that's that playing out then.
Yeah.
And then it just can seem like, and that's what I mean by that kind of thing, like it peters then. It's sort of like it echoes back and forth. And then when it stops, you can sort of reboot, but not really. Not really, I don't think anyway. I think there's no, just the energy for that is just gone. So then the thoughts will remain and everything is the same. It's what you get is life, but you don't get to get it. Just ordinary this. That's it, like. However that is then. However, feeling shit, feeling great. I've got it, I don't have it. And that's why really then there's nothing to say, you know?
Yeah. It's like, and I suppose there's conditioning and habit of seeking when it maybe just doesn't care.
Say that one more time.
Like maybe there's habit or conditioning. There's, you know, that the seeking, feed me, but actually there's nothing.
There can be no energy, or just suddenly, there's no energy behind it. It can be suddenly, oh, Jesus, like, it's almost like kind of, you know, almost wishful thinking nearly. You could, you know, I'll have a look at this such and such, whoever it is, and it's just instantly nauseating to be fed again. You know what I mean? But still, there's sort of curiosity. What's that like? Oh, that sounds amazing, this immortal consciousness. I must have a look at that. You know, of course, it's lovely because it's exciting. It's like, I don't know, yeah, something exciting that might appear to happen. And it's like, oh, Jesus, it's like constantly hooks, you know what I mean? By like advertising hooks and being, you know, buy and click, and it's all just rah, rah, rah. Yeah. So then everything, it's sort of like, it is the seeking. It is the seeking then. It is whatever is.
Mm-hmm. Like when you read, you want to see a news thing online,
mm-hmm.
and you press the button and it'll say, it won't tell you what you want to look at. Find it just keeps redirecting you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like, where the fuck is it?
Yeah. No, it's like, I've got 3 steps now that are going to change your life forever. Okay. But before I give you those 3 steps, I'm just going to tell you a little story about myself. And and you're kind of going, oh God, is he going to give me the 3 steps now? And it's almost like the sizzle. You could say seeking is like the sizzle of bacon on the pan. Constantly, it's like anticipation. It's almost like the books that come through the door. It's more exciting waiting for the books than the actual looking at the first couple of pages and going, oh Jesus, I did it again. And in a way, that's the disappointment that apparently doesn't let go. I mean, these are just they're kind of romantic, but it is that, like, it's constant disappointment, really, to suddenly that it's this, like, it's just the sound of a voice. It's just the fucking sound of a voice. It's just the sound of a voice. It's just sitting on a chair. It's just breathing. It's just the thoughts that this is crap. It's that then. That would be what is. Let's see your question, Bernard. How do we know there's no me? There's no one knows there's no me. There's just no me. Isn't that the most annoying answer ever? Essentially, what we're talking about is something that is not there, that's not real. We're talking about something that doesn't exist. So then suddenly, the moment we start talking about it, we bring it to life as if it's real, and then we say that it's not real, but you're talking about something that's just not there. So already there's no one in that body there. There's no me already. And no one knows that. Knowing is another having, another thing for me to have. I know what time it is. I know what the weather is going to be like tomorrow. I know my name. I know what 2 + 2 is. And I know there's no me. Okay. Well, good luck with that then. So then I don't know there's no me. There's no me, and there are feelings of depression. So it can feel like that there's feelings of depression. Yeah, that can be fully and totally what is. And that's not a kind of a better depression, a more glossy depression. It's full on, however it appears to be, inescapably what it appears to be. Till whatever. So then this isn't a denial of anything. It's the full onness of everything, the full onness of this aliveness. And so however it is felt to be, then that's how it is. Or that's how it's felt to be, more so. And so then, if there are prolonged feelings of depression and help is sought, then that would be what is. It's not like there's something, you see, it's always, can be understood to be useful. It's not useful. There's nothing helpful here. It's this, I suppose, the fullness of life, the fullness of this that is talked about and described, not sort of a state or an escapism or a once removedness, full life, full to the brim with whatever is.
So I love coming on and listening. It just, yeah, there's not much to say about anything anymore. Somehow talking happens. Yeah, I was walking earlier this morning, and just hearing bird sounds, and it's just like it's all bird sounds. Whatever it is, the car rumbling by, the truck scraping the ground, it's the thoughts that come in, and like you said, it's shit, total full-on shit sometimes. And other times just like, wow. Like the sun hitting the lake, and three geese going by, like this choreographed thing. And the full-on lifetime of searching for something that has always been here that can't be lost. It just,
Or found.
Never
lost,
or
never
found.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Hi, Frank.
Hiya.
Frank, I wanted to ask you, does the seeking come about by not accepting what is? Is that why the seeking's there? Seems inevitable.
So there isn't someone that can accept what is. There's only what is, which would include not accepting what is. That would be what is. And so then it's just seeking. Seeking is what is. All there is what's appearing to happen, or what is, or what's unfolding. There's no one in there seeking. So no one then will find just seeking.
Okay. So if seeking diminishes, that is just what is.
If it's been described that seeking is less than that is what is, yeah.
Okay. Because since being involved in non-duality, seeking has diminished, or is seen for what it is. Now, is that just my experience, or does that happen inevitably?
Well, that's what's been described. But if you're looking for is that good? Am I on the right road? No, that won't be the response. It's just, if that's what's been described as how things appear to be, then that's how things appear to be. There isn't getting any closer to this. Just this, like just hearing the voice. Just hearing of a voice. Now, just this. There isn't getting any closer or further away.
Thank you.
Thank you. Your character must have seen something. Is it there the case? If it happens, okay. If it's not that, okay too. Is it there the case? If it happens, okay. If it's not that, it's okay too. Well, so definitely Frank McCaughey didn't get anything at all. And he didn't see anything. You see, I suppose that is the impossibility, because there isn't someone in driving the dream. There isn't someone in driving the dream bus doing the seeking, doing the talking, doing the hearing, the seeking or whatever else. So no one finds anything. So there isn't a kind of there's no having of anything. There's just what's unfolding, or just what is. And you could say and that's naturally already the case, but you could say all the kind of, everything just seemed to dropped for no one, though. You know, they just seem to all fall away, all those kind of ideas, or final seeing. It must be some way to finally see this. All of those things just dropped away. All those little backdoor ways of kind of getting this, really, they all dropped away. And there are subtle degrees, because it simply can't be this, because this, it's not like it's just a case of being able to say, well, it's just this, and you go, okay, I guess it's just this. Obviously, it doesn't seem like it's that. It happens like that, because it is really, all there is just what is. That's the mystery. And that cannot be had. Who could have it? But what is appears as seeking, as wanting to get it, as wanting some sort of confirmation, like your character must have seen something. So there isn't even really a fixed character, but there seems to be traits, you know, there seems to be accents, preferences, those sorts of things. But there's nothing in there really that can have anything. And so that's the same, though. There isn't anyone in there that can have. But seeking might be playing out. And if seeking is what's playing out, then that's what is. But the seeking doesn't find. Seeking just, there isn't seeking anymore then. It's just there's suddenly no seeking. But that's not there for anyone. There's nothing fixed. And in a way, you could say that the seeking, or the I am, or whatever you want to call it, you know, there's almost sort of, well, I'm a seeker. I'm that, though. I'm seeking, and almost there's a bit of realness in that. Can be verified, because there is such a thing called seeking, and I am that I'm a seeker, and that almost is a way to, you could say, continue on being alive. And even then, when presented or offered nothing, it's nothing like that, which isn't a thing. But these sorts of gatherings do seem to constantly return to nothing being on offer. And yet that seeking or dis-ease or whatever still seems to just happen. Oh, no, but even when presented with nothing. But that's how it is. It's not like that seeking energy can suddenly accept, oh, there's nothing to get. There's no accepting either. There's no way to get to this. It's so stunningly, phenomenally fine, and nothing at all, that all the while that it's believed that it's something, then it's believed that it's something. Because don't tell me that it's this. Don't tell me that it's the seeking. Don't tell me that it's, no, it's the seeking. It appears as seeking. That's what this is saying. It appears as everything. And it can't then ever be had or known or seen or whatever. And that can make it all mysterious and whatever. But no, it's not. It's just ordinary this. It's just this. This appears as waiting for something to happen. That's how it appears. Must be something. Then it appears like that. Then just that. Well, it must be something. Nothing must be something. Why else would he hold a meeting? He's not holding a meeting. Like I said, the very start was this is the mystery. It's appearing then as what's called a meeting. This now appears as a meeting, we're calling it.
I just had a memory come up because my eyes closed, and I remember attending this teacher who would, like bark at anybody whose eyes closed. Oh. Oh, the gymnastics, the spiritual gymnastics.
Yeah. Somebody sent me a message this evening saying, look, I'll be putting the kids to bed. Frank, I'll be exhausted. I might fall asleep. And I replied, it won't be the first, you won't be the first person to fall asleep at one of my meetings. And I go downstairs, for the longer ones. And my wife would say, how'd it go? I said, well, somebody fell asleep. So, is that feedback? Oh, fucking hell. Yeah. It's great though. If it was something, you'd have to pay attention and be very alert. We're back in classroom. So the best would be back to being the best at paying attention, would get the prize. It's so funny, isn't it? Really, because that's what it is in the end. God, they are just so alert and so poised. They're definitely. Oh, Jesus. It's this so, I mean, what needs to happen to get to sitting and hearing the voice? This is it
It's funny because I have the feeling or I've noticed the feeling of frustration and wanting to leave the meeting. And then I'm like, no, I'm going to sit with the frustration. I'm going to sit with the resistance. So what you were talking about was so funny. It's like, I want to be the good participant who can sit through it and get to the end.
It's just ridiculous.
Yeah.
It's all that's the game. It's the games because I must be whatever. I must be able to sit with frustration because then I'll really get this then. Or you just recognize, stand back and look at my frustration. It's all rules, it's all ways to be. It's ideas of how this should be, what you need to do to become this way. And always it's images held of what holy looks like, really, what at peace looks like. It's images. Well, it looks like they're dressed like that. It's characters in a play. They're dressed in white. They've got flowers. They've got it. Got what, like? It'd be very heavy. Everything is pretty heavy, like, to carry around everywhere for someone. Nothing also. You can't carry nothing. Wouldn't it be absolutely awful if it was about being good? Really, about being just being the best person in the classroom. And the prize today goes to... This is totally free, though. It's totally free to go. This is a load of bollocks. It's a load of bollocks. This is bullshit. I'm never coming to one of these again. Okay. Good luck with that. I'm just reading it's interesting because that presence can be very intimidating, energetically so. I'm not sure I get. Yeah, I'm not sure I get what you mean. This is overwhelming, really. Gurus, yeah, but like this gurus, all that, yeah, we see it's all though imagination of it's this projection, really, of power and authority. It's sort of craved. It seems like authority is like a blanket to be put to bed comfortably at night with. It feels good to have somebody to look up to ask, so that to make this okay, to make it safe. Somebody must be able to make this safe. Life, like, there has to be an answer. So if it's presented like, so it's almost like from a child, it's mother, father, teacher, you know, always upper. Somebody knows. The more educated friend, the better, whatever. Somebody must know. Somebody gets what this is. They look at ease. They look totally at peace. They've got wonderful advice. They know what this is. It makes it safe. And so then it's sort of a reverence upwards to that, really. And that's probably the intimidating sort of idea. But it's just all an idea. It's all projection. It's all a story. It's like kings and queens, lords, ladies. It's all so much ado about nothing. Like, this is an unbelievable equalizer. But there's no one then to follow. There's no safety. There's no comfort. There's no authority to tuck you into bed at night. This is total aloneness in a way, but nobody's in there to be alone. But we'd be back in the game, of course, obviously, if it could be had, if it was in the game of authority, of knowing, of understanding. It's also tiresome. But, you know, it's sought after, because this really, like, is edge of the edgelessness. This can be utterly overwhelming, it appears like, too. This ordinariness, without that anchor, without that safety, without all that knowledge, all that having. But I don't need to worry about that. This would be utterly, devastatingly, beyond compare, overwhelming if there really was someone in there. She wouldn't know how to think or breathe or feel. or hear or see. And on that lovely note, have a lovely evening. See you later.